With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
In the year 247, in the age of judges, Vartan was summoned home after the death of his father. Upon his return, Vartan discovered something evil festering beneath the city of Eterno. With the help of some very unlikely allies, Vartan works to uncover the mysteries of his hometown and put an end to the nightmares that plague his people. Welcome to Ethereal Embrace. I'm Baya, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Chili without beans is just meat soup. And it's okay to like meat soup. Just don't call it chili.
Day 3. The Last Stop Tavern and Inn.
I am supposed to debrief with Sean and Bree, but if Sean already went to bed... Something just doesn't seem quite right about this whole situation. And I'm not talking about what we just did. Yeah, if you guys could walk me to my room, that'd be great.
All right.
So we'll walk up towards my room, and I'm just gonna kind of peek my head in the door and see if Sean is still awake.
She is still awake. She's taken her armor off, and she's taken her boots and stuff off, and she's put them all next to her bed, and she's kind of getting into like a nightgown.
Hey, Sean, did you get a chance to talk to Bree?
No, she did not answer her door when I knocked. Neither did Annalyn, and I didn't want to bother Robin Tormund.
Cody said she's still been spending nights in the Robin's room. Annalyn didn't answer?
No, she didn't.
Have any of the other doves seen her?
I don't know. I've been following Brasscane all night.
Okay. She's just going to kind of step back out the door and shut the door. We may want to go bother the Robin. It's unusual for the doves to not all be where they're supposed to be unless there's something else going on. And if Dove Bree is in there with him, great, but I don't know. Something seems off.
Is the other room on the way?
Yeah, it's on the way. You can...
Yeah, we should probably check Annalyn's room.
So we'll stop by Annalyn's room. I'm going to knock. Any response?
Nope, no response.
Can I open the door?
It's locked.
Can you pick the lock?
I can try.
My fingers are too big for lock that tiny.
I don't know if I have anything to pick it with.
No. Okay, I guess we can't pick the lock.
Nope.
All right, are we bothering the Robin? What do you say, Baya?
Well, it could be that Annalyn hasn't returned, but you do the pair thing, right? So,
yeah.
If Annalyn is paired with Bree, then Bree should know where Annalyn is. So, let's go bother Bree.
I'm all for it. Let's do it.
That's all you, Morgan.
All right, so gonna wander on over to the Robin's room. I'm gonna knock on the door.
Who is it?
So sorry to bother you, Robin. I'm looking for Dove Bree. It's It's Moragan.
She's here. One moment. And he goes over and opens the door, and you can see Dove Bree is sitting in a chair by the window, or she was. She kind of stands up as he opens the door, and he is holding a book in his hand, reading it, or was reading it, but stood up to answer the door.
Hi, Bree. I haven't had a chance to debrief with you today. Do you have a minute?
Yes, Dove Moragan, I do.
Could you step out here?
Gladly. And she steps out into the hallway with you.
Okay, and I just kind of pull the door shut. Have you seen Dove Annalyn today?
I saw her a couple times out on patrol.
Do you know if she's still out?
I don't know. I didn't debrief with her either.
There's just been a lot of weird things going on today, and I mean, I saw a lot of the doves out still, but I mean, Sean and I are in, and I don't remember seeing Annalyn as we were out walking around, and she's not answering her door. I just wanted to make sure she's okay.
Would you like me to do a lap around town with you and maybe see if we can find her?
Yeah, actually, that sounds like a good idea. We can walk Vartan back to his place while we're at it. It's just I don't think it's a great idea for anybody to be out by themselves right now. Will the Robin be okay without your protection?
I'm not sure. It turns out someone broke into his room today.
Oh no. What, was anything taken, or was it a threat against him? What happened?
I believe something was taken, something very high profile to him.
Was it one of those big boxes that we had to carry around for 3 weeks as we tried to find our way here?
It was a box, yes, one of his many boxes. It was taken, and I don't know where it was taken to. It hasn't been recovered yet.
I'm fine if it doesn't get recovered. I don't really want to schlep it back. I'm just saying.
Robin's items are really property of the church. Whoever stole from him stole from God.
That is a good point. That's a terrible, terrible travesty.
Yeah.
Maybe we can look for that while we're patrolling.
I think that would be a good idea. And if you see any of the other doves, maybe pass the message along that one of the boxes was stolen. Maybe look for somebody trying to sell magic items.
I'll definitely pass the word.
Very good. Now, you wanted to debrief me while we walk Vartan to his home?
Yeah, have you had a chance to talk with any of the town leaders or anything recently?
We've been spending a lot of time getting caught up with Talmika and Bastille. I know Talmika is concerned with the killings here in town. Apparently, tragedy striking twice as recently as what it has caused a lot of concern for her, and she would like to go to another church in the next town over.
She has a valid concern, but I don't know that leaving is necessarily the best option. I'm just going to turn to Vartan really quick and just kind of give a shrug like, shit, how much do we need to fill her in on this? And just kind of... Vartan, do you think we need to go in depth in anything, or should we just keep this high level right now?
Well, the way I'm thinking, we don't have a reason to trust her right now.
Okay, Vartan's one of the town leaders, as you know, and he has his concerns as well, but we've been doing a lot of investigating around the entire town, and the one conclusion that we've drawn for sure is that it's not demons. These murders that are happening are definitely related, but not demon-related, which is why we don't necessarily think that Talmika should be trying to move the town. it's not worth it to move them. So I think what we need to do is that we need to help them feel secure here and maybe fortify a few places. There's a farm. You've met Timorin?
Yes.
Yeah, Timorin has a very large building, a barn, that apparently the people sheltered in during their last crisis. And maybe we could help to fortify that while we continue our investigation here.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. We can put 2 of the doves to help out. The rest really do need to be policing the streets to make sure that the homes are secure and no cultists are trying to invade houses.
Agreed.
You don't have any kind of... I mean, do you carry any magic items on you?
Yes, I do. Why?
In our investigation, we're looking for anybody carrying any items that might be out of place.
My magic items I've had for a very long time. They're these 2 daggers, and she pats her side. She says, one's made of fire and one is of ice.
Does that check out?
Yeah. Yeah, she's had those as long as I've known her. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. All good.
Is there any other magic item that maybe you're not telling us about? And then as soon as she says that, she casts Detect Thoughts.
No, there are no other magic items she's not telling you about.
Okay. Well, just wasted a spell slot, but that's fine. What did she think? What did she think when I said that? Like, what was the first thing that popped into her mind?
The first thing that popped into her mind was, well, no, that there weren't magic items, but she's also getting a little bit irritated that she's being interrogated during what should be a debrief to her by one of her doves.
Apologies, Bree. Like I said, it's been a strange day. We've come across information that we're not entirely sure what to do with yet, and it's really up to the leaders of the town how much they want to share out. The only reason I know is because I've been involved in the investigation, and I won't break their confidence. I hope you understand. But for now, suffice it to say, magic items are potentially dangerous, especially if they're newer, and if it's something that we're unfamiliar with, and it could cause a lot of problems for all of us. Have you been with the Robin the entire time you've been here?
Yes, I would say so.
He's never been out of your sight?
I mean, aside from using the privy, no.
Okay.
Has he been injured at all?
No.
Has anyone taken a specific interest in him or anything he brought with him?
I would say so, considering somebody robbed him earlier today.
Well, I was hoping you knew who.
No, I wish I did know who. I would go recover the stolen goods and bring them to justice.
Well, that's true. Like I said, it's been a weird day. Even Sean went to bed early. I mean, it's been a long one. We actually ended up talking to Brass Cane. I got them talking, Bree. I got them to talk.
That's progress for Sean.
Yeah, they bickered towards the end, but it was kind of understandable.
I bicker with Sean as well. I'm not at all surprised.
I keep telling everyone she's an acquired taste, but I don't know. Certain people tell me that it's mean. She just kind of eyes Vartan.
Vartan, is this your house here?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, is there anything else, or?
I think that's it. It's been a long day. Got to wake up early and get back on the investigation. Sorry about all the questions. I'm just trying to get a feel for everybody. And I haven't had a chance to really sit down and talk with you, so I apologize for that.
I accept your apology, and I'm sorry I do wear my frustration out on my sleeve. Have a good night, Vartan.
Yeah, you too.
Good night.
Good night, Vartan. I'll see you guys in the morning.
Sweet dreams.
And Baya. Don't forget Baya.
Yes, good night, Baya.
Good night, Baya. Okay?
It's easier to... You know what? I'll fill you in as we walk.
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about with Bree while you walk, or do you just want to see if you find Annalyn out walking the streets?
Oh, we're going to see if we find Annalyn, and I'm just going to kind of fill her in on the weirdness that is Vartan. He's kind of all there, but in pieces.
All right.
And it's sometimes easier just to nod and smile and go along. So yeah.
You do eventually see Annalyn coming out of one of the abandoned houses and then locking the door. She's with one of the guards.
Oh, good. I see Annalyn is safe. Okay. How late are the Doves going to be patrolling? Do you know, Bree?
Probably until maybe 1 or 2, around that time.
Okay. Would you do me a favor and just make sure that everyone is accounted for and uninjured when they come back in for the evening?
Yes.
And I do mean uninjured. No scrapes, no cuts, no nothing.
Yeah. Is there any particular reason I should give why we would be doing a full search?
It could be related to the cult activity. But I think that's all I'm at liberty to say right now until I confer with the town leaders.
And if I find someone with a scratch, I will detain them until you and, I assume, Vartan can speak with them?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And be careful if you do. They could be dangerous. It could be nothing.
Well, I think we should get back to the inn now.
Yes.
Our heroes will be right back after these messages.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Hello, listeners. If you are enjoying the show and would like to take a look at a way to support the cast while getting yourself some nice perks, please consider our Patreon. We offer ad-free listening as well as this entire season if you select the binge tier or higher on our Patreon. Plus, you'll be directly supporting our cast for their work, as our team over at Creative Typo have begun to pay our voice actors for our performances. So check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Creative Typo. I would also like to give a big shout out to our executive producer from Patreon, Nick Mead. Thank you, Mead. We truly appreciate your support. Now, back to the town of Eterno. And she gets back to the inn. Robin Torman is just fine reading his book next to his bed. She goes into that room, not her and Dove Annalyn's room. And yeah, Sean's asleep in your room when you get back there.
Does Annalyn come back in? But while I'm just gonna sit down in the bar area and just kind of relax for a few.
You don't see her come in. You see a couple of the other doves come in, and then you hear them knock on the Robin's door, but you don't see Annalyn come back in.
Okay. All right, well, she's going to go ahead and make her way up to her room and hopefully be able to catch Annalyn before she leaves in the morning. She'd like to speak with her.
So you guys wake up in the morning to another knock on the door. And this time, it's Brass Cane with Greystone, Dove Bree, and Dove Annalyn.
Hey, good morning. What can I do for you?
Brass Cane says, one of my guards was killed last night in their home. Do you remember Mir?
Yeah. Does it match the same scenes we've already seen?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. You want to come with me?
Yeah. Hey, Baya.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah, we're gonna get to go check out another murder. Got another scene.
Sounds lovely. I'll grab a banana for on the way.
Hey, you can grab me one too.
Of course. She grabs 2 bananas and... Actually, with this news, I'm not hungry. You can have them both.
Okay. All right. Lead the way.
Dove Bree asks as you're walking and says, I did not wake her up before we left. I didn't know if you would want me to bring her or not. Did you want me to include Dove Moragan in the investigation at this site?
Yeah, I mean, we can go back and get some coffee on the way to wake me up a little.
I can go let her know and retrieve her and meet you at the scene.
All right, tell her to, or ask her if she could get me some coffee.
Okay, I will. And Greystone will go with Dove Bree to get Moragan, just because Greystone knows which house Mir lives in, and will be able to take them to Mir and meet you there.
All right.
So Dove Bree will go do that. While you are walking, Brass Cane says, I don't know how we're going to be able to keep this under wraps from the townsfolk. I think this might push them over the edge.
Yeah, I do too. I was already thinking on what I needed to say to everybody, and this does not make it any easier.
As it maybe should, but which edge is, what we need to, I guess, navigate. So we obviously don't want them to leave town, as the perpetrator could be among them. It is not a wild beast ravaging the city. It is a person among them. So being vigilant is the edge that we want them to jump off, not fleeing for their lives. Correct?
I agree.
Hey, you're better than words. You're better at words than me. Baya, maybe you should be doing the public announcement.
It's one of those things where I can say things, but I can't necessarily influence people. I did recently read a book about making friends and influencing people, but it didn't make any sense to me.
Hey, you made friends with me.
Yes, but we're family.
Yeah, you're right. Do we have that conversation out loud?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. It's just Brass Cane and Annalyn walking with you now. So Annalyn is a little put off by it, seemingly, but she doesn't say anything. She's very quiet while you walk. So you get to the house. While you're getting to the house, Dove Bree gets to the tavern. Greystone goes to get coffees from Cody, and Bree goes up and knocks on the door for Moragan and Sean.
Moragan will answer the door and be a bit surprised. Bree, it's a little early, isn't it?
Yes, I need you two to get dressed, please. There was another murder. Sean, I need you to take over guarding the Robin. And Moragan, I would like you to please come with me to the murder scene.
Absolutely. Somebody tell Vartan?
Yes, he's on his way already.
Okay. So she's going to grab all of her gear, get dressed real quick, kind of be fastening her armor as she's walking down the stairs, and be ready to go. What happened?
I do not know. Greystone showed up here and said that there was another murder and that we needed to meet Brasscane at Vartan's house to wake him up. So that is what we did.
Good morning, Judge Greystone.
He's got like 6 coffees in his arm, and he's like, could you help me with one of these?
Yeah, let me grab a couple of those from you.
Thank you. You guys take off. He starts leading you toward the house. Vartan and Baya, you go into the house, and there's no roll even needed at this point to identify it's the same rune highlighted among other runes and painted around the crime scene. You can do a DC 15 investigation check to figure out kind of what happened here, if you'd like.
No, I don't. I got a 5.
I got a 17.
There's broken furniture and sword gouges in the floor and the walls that show sign of a struggle. This is the first time you've seen any kind of sword fight involved in one of these attacks. Low blood splatter spots in the room show that Mir was able to injure at least a couple of her attackers. One blood splatter looks like, depending on how the person fell, a very serious wound to their stomach or their thigh. A big spot of blood is smushed down into the ground, but there's no other body there, with the exception of Mir.
Is this house, did we walk by it when we were walking home?
This house is on the southeast side of town.
So the bottom skull, we wouldn't have walked past it.
Yeah,
No.
it's on almost the far southeast side of town.
Annalyn, who had this route last night?
I am not sure. I can speak with Bree and find out.
Yes, please.
When she gets back, I'll take her to the side and ask immediately. Thank you for listening to this episode of Ethereal Embrace, a creative Typo production. Vartan the Furbog Fighter is voiced and played by Adam Culbertson. Baya Rustin, the half-elf sorcerer, is voiced and played by Tisha. Moragan, the human monk, is voiced and played by Nari Kwak. And I am Nico, your GM. Please remember to drop us a 5-star rating and review on your favorite podcatcher. Music provided in part by Midnight Syndicate, makers of the original Dungeons & Dragons soundtrack. If you would like to support our show or any of our other shows, you can join our family of patrons at patreon.com/creative typo. Remember, be safe, we love you all, and stay foolish.